No,
It's now visible.
now it is okay. Is it okay?
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So thank you all for joining this e-Bookery show, this platform of storytelling and book review and whatnot, empowerment talks, everything that is included in our Brain City e-Bookery show. And we have coordinators and hosted and coordinated by so many people. As we can't include everyone in this poster, we have chosen a few members of the e-Bookery club, and here they are. And the list of all those members here, this is the e-Bookery team, and we present so many shows in so many languages. And this Saturdays are booked for English Bookery show. We had so many chapters of this, so many episodes of this, so many presenters, so many storytellers, reviewers, and we all had a very nice time listening to all those stories, because so many people don't find time to read stories, novels, etc. But when you listen to some story, it is as if you are aware of so many books here, and 2 books per day. That means into two authors, 2 speakers, and it is a fascinating time to listen to all those. These are our presenters, and now today we have these 2 presenters for us, and it is going to be a marvelous time. I hope, I'm sure that this is going to be a marvelous time, and thank you again for joining this. Next, we have a procedure of telling a small story. So since Niaz has not joined, maybe I'll do that now. Yes, here is a small story for you. That is, this story illustrates the difference between positive thinking and negative thinking. And it is also about attitude, perspective, mindset, etc. So some time ago, 2 salesmen were sent by a British shoe manufacturer to Africa to investigate and report back on the market potential, shoe manufacturing. So the first salesman reported back, there is no potential here. Nobody is wearing shoes. But the second salesman reported back, there is massive potential here. Nobody wears shoes. So the same sentence was spoken by the 2 salesmen. Nobody wears shoes. But the first salesman, he said, nobody wears shoes. There is no potential here to market shoes. But the second one, there is massive potential here. So this story provides one of the best examples of how a single situation can be handled or viewed in 2 different ways, that is negatively or positively. We could explain the terms of seeing a situation's problems and disadvantages instead of the advantages and all the potential that is there. So the 2 men, the perspective of the 2 men regarding this, that teaches us so many things about positive and negative perspectives and attitudes. So that is it. That is a story, small story about positive attitude. So once again, welcome to all of you. And now over to Anil Thomas for introducing our first speaker of the day. Anil sir, please.
Thank you, Sindhu. Sindhu is a very, very committed member of e-Bookery, and she's going through one of the busiest period of her life with the exams and the online trainings in India. Still, she finds time to come on to e-Bookery platform and conduct this show. Thank you so much on behalf of e-Bookery. Can you heal your life? You can you all be muted, please? Yes, let me mute. Okay. Right, okay. Can you heal your life? Yes, you can heal your life according to Louise L Hay. Louise Key's message in this powerful book is, if we are willing to do the mental work, almost anything can be healed. Louise explains how limiting beliefs and ideas are often cause the illness and how you can change your thinking and improve the quality of your life. Louise A was born to a poor mother who married to his violent stepfather. When she was about 5 years old, she was raped by a neighbor. At the age of 15, she dropped out of school without even a diploma, became pregnant, and on her 16th birthday, gave up a newborn baby girl for adoption. And she moved to another city where she worked in ordinary jobs before moving in 1950 to New York. At this point, she changed her name and began a career as a fashion model. She was successful at this, working for Bill Blass and Pauline. In 1954, she married Andrew Hay, but after 14 years, again, another disaster. The marriage was a disaster for her. She was devastated when Andrew left her for another woman. Hayes said that she found the first church of religious science on 48th Street, which taught the transformative power of thought. Hay revealed that here she studied the metaphysical works of authors like Florence Scovel and religious science founder Ernest Holmes. The early 1970s, Hay became a religious science practitioner, and she studied the transcendental meditation with the Maharshi Mahesh Yogi at the University in Fairfield, Iowa. Friends, help me in welcoming Roli Jain. She's going to talk more about this book. Roli is a certified life coach, a former principal of a school, founder of Happiness Valley online counseling portal, through which she gives online workshops on healing qualities of water, a postgraduate in psychological counseling. Welcome on to e-Bookery platform, Roli. Roli, you can unmute.
Thank you so much, Anil. Thank you, Sindhu, for having me here and giving me this opportunity to do the book review. And I was introduced to e-Bookery show by Anu Abraham, who is an abundance coach and a mutual friend of Anil and me. And I am grateful to her for introducing me to this platform, because it's doing a wonderful job in bringing awareness of good books to people, because in today's times, people have very less time to listen. So it is easy to pick up books and read when we get the review. So we know which book to choose and which book to pick. So today I'm so excited to share about this wonderful and powerful book, Heal Your Life, by Louise Hay. And let me share this screen with you. It has impacted my life wonderfully. Just give me a second. Please give me the rights to share the screen.
You have the rights to share the screen. You're a co-host. You should be able to share it.
It is showing host disabled participant screen share.
One second. Let me put you again back. Okay, try again now, please.
Let me check. Yes, now I can share the screen. So, just give me 1 minute. So this book has impacted my life, and I'm sure if you read it and you apply the principles, it will impact yours too positively. And it has the potential to change your life 360 degrees in all aspects, whether it be relationship itself with others, in terms of spirituality, your health, and bringing abundance into your life. So up till now, more than 40 million copies of this book have been sold. And Anil has already shared a lot about Louise Hay, who was a metaphysical teacher, and she has authored many self-help books which have brought a revolution in the healing industry. She was also the founder of Hay House Publications. Just give me a moment. I'm just trying to share this screen. I suppose my net is running slow today, so it is creating a problem in sharing the screen. Many of us are avid readers and coaches on this platform. So most of you know the things already I'm going to share. But the magic is not in knowing, the magic is in implementing. So I will share some few, and since we have a time constraint of 20 minutes, I will share a few important concepts which I have taken from the book. And yeah, just I don't know, something has gone wrong. The net is going slow, so please bear with me and accept my apologies for this. In her book, she talks about very powerful technique about mirror work. So how many of you know about mirror work? Have you heard about mirror work? In this, she says that you have to take a mirror and look at yourself and see what thoughts come into your mind. Are they positive thoughts or are they negative thoughts? If they are negative thoughts, then replace them with positive thoughts. When you look into the mirror, look straight into your eyes and say, oh, you are looking wonderful today. You are looking so good. You are awesome. You are wonderful and charismatic. And if you get a negative thought, then replace it. Feel good about yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. At least 2 or 3 times, go and look at yourself in the mirror and repeat at least 10 times. I love you. I love you. I love you. You are so wonderful. Let me ask yourself, how many of you, excuse me, let's skip this.
Roli, ma'am, you want me to help you out with the presentation?
Sorry, there was problem with the net. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. I think you can proceed without a presentation. That's better.
Okay, okay. So let me try once, and if it doesn't work, then I'll proceed without the presentation.
Okay.
Okay, let me proceed without the presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Now it is okay.
Okay, so let me ask you, how many of you love yourself? Can I have your hand? How many of you love yourself? Or is the bottom line, I'm not good enough? Because many times people devalue themselves. When an opportunity knocks at their door, they shy away from taking the opportunity, feeling less confident, feeling they will not be able to handle success and take the responsibility of being a CEO or being a millionaire. So most of the times people devalue themselves. And this is actually not true, because you can change your thoughts. When you start accepting yourself and when you start loving yourself, then things change around you. And that is why it is said, परिस्थिति को मत बदलो, मनस्थिति को बदलो, क्योंकि परिस्थिति बदलेगी तो मनस्थिति बदलेगी तो परिस्थिति अपने आप बदल जाएगी. Whatever we give out into the universe comes back to us manyfold. And we should not get into the blame game of blaming our parents, situations all around us. because they have no power over us. We have the power to choose what we think is right for us. So in the mirror exercise I was sharing with you all, she says, look at yourself at least 10 times look at yourself in the mirror and say at least 10 times, I love you, I love you, I love you. And even there's a very big hypnotherapist, she says, write on the mirror, I'm enough. When you go and read every day, I'm enough, your subconscious starts accepting it. And then you feel you are enough to get resources, all the resources to fulfill your dreams. And then let me share another very powerful exercise. Let me share very powerful exercise with you all, which she calls as inner child hero. Because when we were in childhood, we were child, then we, excuse me, then take a pen and a paper and make a list of all the things that were told to us by our parents, by our teachers, and by the influencers, and see what kind of thoughts were said to us. Oh, you are stupid, you are foolish, you're not good enough, and money does not grow in trees. You have to really work hard to make money. So all these thoughts go into our subconscious. When we write them on the paper, they comes out of our mind, and then either tear that paper and throw it into the cistern and flush it, or you can burn it. When you do this, it removes it from your subconscious mind also, because these thoughts create very limiting beliefs, and they really sabotage your self-image and your self-worth, and you start thinking low of yourself. So in that, what you have to do, go back to your childhood, go and sit in a room and relax yourself, close your eyes, go back to your childhood and say, I love you, and say, I am here for you always. I'm here to take care of everything, no matter what happens. And it's okay to make mistakes. Life is not perfect. We are not perfect. We all make mistakes. I love you anyhow. And then see that the potential of the child will grow immensely. And you will find these changes happening successfully in your life too. When you will feel empowered as a child, even your future will become bright. You will start feeling good about things. Most of the times we keep blaming ourselves and yelling at ourselves, and then we feel that things are not working out without realizing the underlying reason behind it. So without realizing the underlying reason behind it. So when we work on ourselves, self-acceptance and self-approval are the keys to self-growth. Then she shares a wonderful practice, and that is forgiveness. There's a book called Course in Miracles, which says forgiveness is the beginning of unblocking yourself. Whenever you feel stuck in your life, just think that there is a lot of forgiving that is to be done. And when we talk about forgiving, what comes into our mind? It always comes to our mind that things are not working, that we have to forgive others, while it is not so. First of all, we have to forgive ourselves for thinking small of ourselves. We are children of God, and we have huge potential to fulfill our dreams. But most of the times, what happens? We undervalue ourselves. We think we are not good enough. And so for that, we have to forgive ourselves, because we have the power to do all that we want in life. We have the power to achieve what all we want in life. So we have to forgive ourselves for doubting our potential. And then we have to ask forgiveness from others whom we might have hurt intentionally or intentionally. Because we always think that the other people have hurt us without realizing that we also have hurt them in any way. So first step is asking forgiveness from self. Second step is asking forgiveness from others if we have hurt them in any way. And third step is forgiving them for all the hurt they have created in our lives. Now what you have to do is sit in a room and put off the lights and imagine as if you are sitting in a theater, and imagine the person whom you resent the most, whom you hate the most. See his face and visualize him standing over there and see all good things happening to him. His health is improving, his finance is improving, he's smiling, he's happy, and visualize him for 2-3 minutes, and then slowly let that image fade away. And after that, visualize yourself standing over there. And when you forgive him, you will feel so liberated. You will have the feeling of freedom, and that will unlock all the emotional prisons inside you. that will remove most of the blockages that are blocking your energy levels inside you. So after doing this, put yourself on that stage and see yourself smiling, feeling happy, full of abundance, full of success coming to you. Your health is improving, your finances are improving. And after 2-3 minutes, let your image also fade away. So this is a very, very powerful exercise because every one of us needs to be forgiven. And once we start forgiving everybody and everything around us, things starts to change. One very important concept she discusses is about mental house cleaning. Don't we clean a house every day? Every day we clean a house. But how many of us are clean our minds? How many times do we clean our minds? And how can we clean our minds? Whenever a negative thought comes to our mind, just say cancel, 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 and replace it with a positive thought. In the beginning, it might sound very, in the beginning, you might find it difficult to do it. But with practice, you will master it. And then you will feel so relaxed, so happy. I will ask Anil to share my WhatsApp number on the group. You all please practice these 3-4 exercises. Number 1 is mirror work. Number 2 is inner child healing. Number 3 is forgiveness. And number 4 is mental house cleaning for 1 month regularly, 1 month or 45 days. And I'm sure you will feel a change in your life. There will be abundance, your health will improve. And please share your learnings and your testimonies with me. I'll be happy to know how it has changed your life. I would highly recommend that you buy this book and you read, because here I'll be sharing only 2-3 diseases, 3-4 diseases. And she has written about so many diseases, more than I can even think of. She has covered almost all the diseases and the underlying causes by which these diseases are caused and their cures. So, and Louise believes in affirmations. And she says that these affirmations should be done at least 100 to 200 times in a day. And you should stick reminders in your kitchen, in your room, and make a note of powerful affirmations, whichever are good for you. Write them and put them in your kitchen or wherever you look frequently, so that they are a reminder to you all the time. In the beginning of every chapter, she shares a powerful set of affirmations. So the set of affirmations which I love most, I would like to share with you. Since the presentation is not working today, so I feel a bit stuck. So let me read it from the book. It is a very powerful set of affirmations. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. And yet life is ever changing. There is no beginning and no end, only a constant cycling and recycling of substances and experiences. Life is never stuck or static or stale. I am one with the power that created me, and this power has given me the power to create my own consciousness. I rejoice in the knowledge that I have power of my own mind to use in any way I choose. All is well in my world. I am very peaceful, happy, and powerful. So she shares this wonderful set of affirmations, and after that, I have selected very commonly occurring diseases, which I will share with you all. So the first disease I have selected is diabetes. Diabetes occurs when there is an underlying problem within ourselves, when we are longing for what we might not have got in our life, when we don't get what we longed for. There is deep sorrow and there is no sweetness in life left. And the cure is affirming daily. This moment is filled with joy. I now choose to experience the sweetness of today. So when you say this again and again, this moment is filled with joy. I choose to experience the sweetness of today. It goes and registers in your subconscious and healing starts happening slowly. If you all know, then Louise L Hay was a cancer survivor and she healed herself through these affirmations. For every disease, there is an affirmation. The next disease I have selected is high blood pressure, which occurs due to long-standing emotional problems and unresolved issues. And the cure for this problem is affirming daily. I joyously release the past. I'm at peace. I joyously release the past. I am at peace. You have to write down if you are suffering from High blood pressure, write it on a slip and stick it on the wall, on your office, in your office, in your bedroom, wherever you feel comfortable, on your almirah, so that whenever you pass, you have a glance at it and you repeat it frequently. The next disease is low blood pressure, which occurs due to lack of love as a child and defeatism. And when you feel, what is the use of working? How will it help? And the cure is, I now choose to live in the ever joyous now. I now choose to live in the ever joyous now. Then obesity is also one very frequently occurring disease. And for this, the underlying causes fear, need of protection, running away from feelings, insecurity, and self-rejection. When we have these feelings, we put on extra weight, and the cure for this is, I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with my own feelings. I'm safe wherever I am, and I create my own security. Next, very commonly occurring disease is baldness. Now, a lot of men are getting bald these days, and they try to find the underlying cause, and they stick to all hair care solutions. But the basic reason is that they are going through tension. They have a lot of fear, tension, anxiety, and trying to control everything. So, and they do not trust the process of life. So when you stop controlling, trying to control everything, and when you start trusting the process of life, things start happening for you. And the cure is the same. I feel safe, I feel loved, and I'm at peace with myself. The last disease which I have chosen is cancer, and cancer occurs due to resentment and deep hurt, deep secret or grief, eating away the self, carrying hatred. And the cure is, I lovingly forgive and release all the past. I lovingly forgive and release all the past. I choose to fill my world with joy. I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. So I would suggest you all write on a piece of paper, I relax, I rejoice, and I love myself. I love and accept myself the way I am. And the more often you repeat these will go into your subconscious mind and your life will change. So this is my learning of the book. I'm so sorry I couldn't run the presentation properly. There were some net issues, some technical glitches. So I couldn't take you through the presentation, but this is my learning of the book. I hope you all find it meaningful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roli. It was a very nice message. Even without the PowerPoint presentation, you put everything in a nutshell. That is it. Nobody is perfect. That message was very clear. Nobody is perfect in this world, but we have to take effort to improve ourselves. That is better than yesterday by not comparing with others, comparing to only ourselves. Yes, we can take one or two opinions of this book.
Roli ji, before going to people, can you just remove that presentation, please, Roli ji?
Slide. Please.
Can you stop sharing the screen? Yeah. Can you please stop it? Yeah.
So Niyaz, let us start by asking. I have not seen Professor Mamata earlier. So Professor Mamata, yeah. Can you share a few words? Yes. A few words about this.
Mamta ji, are you still around? Maybe you can unmute yourself and then maybe give us a review on this book.
Okay, we will come back to her then. What about Gina? Ah, yes. So you can please unmute yourself and speak.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Actually, hi. Actually, I'm very sorry to say that I'm not. Not able to listen all these things. So right now, I'm not in this condition to say something. Actually, because I have just I don't know where I was, but sorry. It's sorry. So next time, whenever you give me the time, surely I'll say something. But overall,
it's okay, Mamta.
Overall, it was. Thank you so much for giving me a chance. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
So now, Gina, have you got anything to say on this book? I hope Gina is here because only her snap is there.
Gina has mentioned that she is at a work now, so
Yeah.
she may not be able to give her
So Nia's
ideas over
whom
here.
will be called next?
Maybe let's take
At least one
Ankit.
or two.
Ankit.
I really prefer to have someone voluntarily to come over here, because that was such a wonderful narration that we had from Roli, Jain. Everyone has to practice, I would say, this mirror, the techniques which she mentioned, and inner child and forgiveness and the cleaning the mind and all. Definitely that's going to bring a lot of results in our life. So I can see Lex Moo Brain City. Yeah, ma'am, please I just gave you a prompt over there to talk. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening to everyone. I'm Lakshmi from Chennai. About this book, just past 1 month, I did not read it, but someone, Dr. Saxena gave that you must go through, because I'm very much, I born as a very healthy woman, means healthy child, and till 35 years, I was very healthy. And 36 years, I have gone through the operation, spine operation, that made my life invalid. Not only invalid, let me be truthful, and how this book is working with me, I would like to share with you. After my physical challenge, professionally, I'm a teacher, and I got the best teacher award in the primary career. But I lost my job and everything. And now also round the clock, I'm having the pain from head to toes. In this situation, I am alone past 20 years. My husband deserted me, my family. Like many people, I was a very loving woman, but nobody loves me because I lost my health and many wealth, approximately 2 crores in 20 years. And that is all my hard work. So whatever, so last 2 months, I'm attending this 5 a.m. Club. And it was so nice. I started sharing that I'm going through the challenges, loneliness, pain, this, that. What can I do? So Dr. Saxena told you go through this book. I didn't buy it till now, but I saw the movie, and every day, 1 hour, I listen the Louise Hay's affirmation. I do practice it, how much I can do. By God's grace, I'm doing. I did not give up, but I was very much down. So I'm able to do many works with all the health challenge. I do work 12 hours per day, and I have a passion and dream to start my own school. By God's grace, I can do it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And today's explanation,
Lovely.
madam, very nice, very nice. I will do practice from today itself.
Thank you. I would suggest there are many audios also of Louise on YouTube. You choose one audio, and before sleeping, you listen to audio. It's on healing. So I think you'll find more improvement in yourself.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
We heard 4 techniques over there. One is a mirror, another one is inner child, and the third one is a forgiveness, and the fourth one is cleaning your mind. Do we have any experience? I mean, can anyone share that experience with any of these exercises if they have done in the past? I'm sure that these are not new for many of people who are here. So have you ever done, as Roli Jain mentioned, that, you should practice this one, and you should revert her saying that, what kind of a result that you had after 1.5 months. But have you ever practiced any such kind of an exercise in the past? I'm just asking you, is there anyone who, Gita Nikam ma'am is, hi ma'am, quickly ma'am, in a
Soma
minute.
sir has
very, very quickly.
And,
Yes, I would like to just say you that I suffered from meningitis when I was in MA. I was doing MA honors in the 2nd year. So, it was a great drawback, and I was not able to concentrate myself very well. And so I had to go again, I had to complete, instead of completing it in 79, I completed my MA honors in English in 80, because most of the papers were left. Because everything had gone it to be so gradual, because meningitis is a disease which affects your mind, and it slows our progress also, and concentration also deprives it. It also deteriorates our physical health also. But my parents and everybody, my sisters, my friends, they were all very cooperative. And after just finishing up my MA honors, again, I was very physically very weak. I just joined because Vice Chancellor A.M. Kusto was there. He knew me as very well. And I was very famous for my cultural activities also in university. So he asked me to just join the school, which was of university. So I just joined the school and started playing with the small kids, uh, nursery, pre-nursery children. And gradually by playing with them and spending my time, happily, joyfully with them, somehow, gradually, and my parental, of course, their consideration, their own looking after me so well regarding this, and I gradually overcame. Within 2-3 years, I became normal. In 82, I became very normal.
Yes, that was very nice, Geeta. Now, Soma sir had raised his hand. So if he's speaking on this, please, Soma sir.
I hope time is there. I don't know. Anil is checking the watch.
Yes. We have to go to the next speaker, but after you, sir. After
Okay.
Soma.
Basically, anybody who is taking this book itself is a wonderful person, apart from her speaking ability, because you can heal your life. Actually turned, it has revolutionized the way people started thinking about themselves, thinking about illnesses, thinking about the way, because simply she used to be a counselor on the ground and she used to do many things in life, and finally she came with this path-breaking, universe-breaking book. I think it became a cult almost everywhere, even without knowing the book itself. Then the book went on to various countries. After the book came in, I think Oprah Winfrey show, I think the sale was 30 million. So it went on like that. It touches the lives in work, success, relationship, and prosperity, the entire life itself, the way how you look at it. That's what I think Roli was talking about. You go back to your inner child, practice kind of thing. For example, for me, I used to all the time thinking about something about the future, something, oh my God, how I live and what happened to the money, so things like that. I dropped all those things. When the day I saw that Elo, the original book, first time and it came, in fact, narrowly missed our workshop, but still I attended some workshop kind of thing. So it is one thing you personally, everyone over here can just let go of any negative thoughts, idea coming. You use any of the tools available for that. Keep practicing that, practicing. It goes to your unconscious or subconscious layer. And then even if you want to bring something negative, it won't come back. So that is a big advantage. If you are practicing, and she's telling, writing, thinking about 100, 200 times and all, you make a practice even reading your weekly horoscope. Read only the first 2 lines, it will be only positive. Don't go to the 3rd line, half negative it will come. 4th line will be negative. I do like this. For example, I was on a surgery, 2018 and 2019, bad time for me, surgery. But I went there like a marathon runner. So doctor asked me, who is the patient in this room? I want to identify that patient. So because I was helping the other room people, talking to them, so every day I used to dress, shave, same way. The non-doctor will think I am the patient. So what we do on a consistent basis, we send these messages. What are things she had told, I rejoice, I enjoy, or I am love, I love myself, I am enough, and all those things really work. So you have the ability to heal yourself. And that has been miraculously proved time and again, people and again, countries and countries across the world actually. There is a story, small story, I take 1 minute. The grandpa was actually dying and he had already lost everything. So that's the time the baby walks in, his grandchild walks in, and grandchild only requests, she doesn't know anyone of this is going to die. She said that, Grandpa, I want to see the yellow flower outside that garden along with you. I want to hold your hand and go. That moment, this old man got the spirit, inspiration. He had that urge that I want to live here in this world. And then his medicine started working for him. He started responding. And the story is that around 40, 45 days, he came in the wheelchair. And then he took his granddaughter to those flowers in that garden. And that was the happiest moment in the old man's heart, and more happiest the child. So one strong positive thought is like a laser. If you can insert inside you, life will change. And this book is going to be make a difference for everybody. I suggest, recommend everybody keep this book next to your bedroom or a bed. Anytime you can refer something. She's keeping it. See, anytime you can make lines and all. Don't depend on e-book alone. In this category, you buy the book, read. You can give this book to good people, even to your enemy. You can give. That will make you a good friend. One of the best e-booker friend in the 5 AM Club family. One of the best books.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a wonderful speech from your side.
Thank you.
I believe this is the time that we need to go on to the next. I mean, there are many.
I just wanted to share one thing, Niyaz.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to share that my husband's business was blocked for 2 years. And when he started doing this forgiveness practice, he started getting results within 10 days. And he started getting orders and things started shifting in his life. All I would suggest is I would highly recommend this book for everyone to read. And then information does not bring the transformation. Implementation of information brings the transformation. So whatever techniques are told, please implement at least for 1 or 2 months and see the results yourself. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
That is
Thank
a
you,
message
Roli.
that we all need to keep in our mind, that implementation of that information that would ensure the transformation. Wonderful message from Roli, ma'am. Yes, with this, we would like to move on to our next speaker, Dawood Vaid. To welcome Dawood Vaid, I would like to call upon Anil Thomas, please.
Thank you, Niyaz. Dawood Vaid is an educationalist and trainer working in line with scientists and teachers. And he worked in Moscow and Switzerland. He observed and compared different education areas and created a fun-learn approach to learning. A voracious reader and avid house fan, Dawood is most likely to be found conducting quizzes and interacting with students across the grades. He also works with academic institutions through school leadership workshops, conducts teacher training, and enjoys the sessions with teenagers. He holds an engineering degree in electronics and communication and has completed a master's degree in education, and he's got an MBA from the Symbiosis India. He lives in Mumbai, spending time telling stories to his daughters and creating content for life skills curriculum. He works in line with, again, IIT Delhi, and he's a blogger. And welcome on to e-Bookery platform.
That is really a rich profile.
Great profile, yes. A simple man, but though.
Thank you so much, Anil sir. Very nice to be on this platform and very glad to meet all of you. So, right. With that, once again, thank you everybody for being part of it. And as much as I was, waiting and anticipating what to speak, I was enjoying the presentation before. So thank you so much, ma'am. It is always nice to hear about these books, as we call them classics. And perhaps Louise L Hay is one of the epic book, Heal Your Life. So absolutely wonderful. In fact, one thing I want to advise on Heal Your Life is, if my internet is unstable, go and practice some of the things that have been told before. Heal Your Life, so you will not waste your time and you'll not get angry when the internet is, sometimes very frustrating. The whole year that we were online last year, my wife calls me Zombie, like how we have zombies. So I was on Zoom all year long. So probably, I can see Niyaz smiling. So you also Zombie whole year?
Absolutely, absolutely. I really like that word, Zombie.
Right. Thank you so much, everybody. And let's get started. It's a very small presentation, and please indicate probably 30 minutes or 25 minutes of your time. Just want to start with this lovely quote as I was thinking of. It says that what I feel e-Bookery is doing, what all of us are here for, is encourage the next generation to read. And J.K. Rowling, the modern day avatar of book readers, the phoenix of today's reading, she says, if you don't like to read, you haven't found the right book. And I'm more comfortable talking to young children than grown-ups, because children are not judgmental. It's more fun with them. And I feel if we as a community can do this entire book reviews, you are creating an amazing experience for the younger generation, because books and dinosaurs are together. What is that one word that come to you? So kindly interact. I'm a teacher, I will push you to use your chat. It's even better, so I can quickly read it also. Give me one word that connects books and dinosaurs, please. And there are no wrong answers. I just asked a wrong question. I always love if I can see all. Anyone else want to add up? And I'll give you 10 seconds more before I tell you what's in my mind. So my word is extinct, right? Reading as a culture, perhaps endangered, if not extinct. So once again, you are the flag bearers, the crusaders of making sure this art of reading is alive. So on that note, it's just wonderful. As I was referring, Facebook popped up and it said something very interesting. Last year, exactly around this time, probably a day or two more, 29, today's 29, so 31st, I conducted a book quiz. I have a small library here, and it is so wonderful to be exactly doing something I love, I'm so passionate about after a year. And we didn't know we'll meet more people. The world, Thomas Friedman has written a lovely book called The World is Flat, almost a decade back. And today I realize we're really in a flat world. Irrespective where you are, you could be sitting in a different continent, you could be in Europe, you could be in Mexico, you could be across Gulf, India, and you're connected today. So wonderful. Oh yes, Sapna ma'am and Aruna ma'am, people are reading ebooks more. There is an app called Any Books. I love reading on that, or Kindle, the kind of things that we read, or audiobooks. But still, call me old school, call me, still it's nostalgic to pick up a book and read. As Somasa said, go buy, heal your life. Right? So I think it's nice, sir. I think maybe, it's just the smell of a book. Kindle can't give you the smell. I'm not getting into the argument, but there you are. This is more who I am. Anil sir gave a very flattering review of all the work, but I just love to read. I'm working a lot on SDG, which are United Nations goal. I do that work. I grew up in an island called Andaman and Nicobar. Not sure how many of you visited the place. It's a lovely place, and perhaps I had nothing to do in Andaman. That's why I started reading a lot. And we grew up at a time when Netflix was not there, and we can't excuse our teenagers now. So yes, absolutely. I like what Sindhu ma'am says. Lockdown has improved reading habits. In fact, I want to add something, Sindhu ma'am. If you have not found the pleasure in reading now, it's not the lack of time, it's the lack of willpower. So if in the last 1 year, if you have not read enough, unfortunately, it's a problem with us. I love horse riding, and I'm a big Avengers fan. So ask me anytime to talk on Avengers, I'll probably talk about a lot more in detail than even books. Yes, the only thing of credible worth I've done, besides raising 3 amazing daughters, is write this book. It's been a journey of last 15 years in education. When I left my job as a patent attorney, found a lot of insights from these scientists I was working with, and that's where the entire book came in. It's almost a labor of 10 years of my experience in the education fraternity. So thank you so much with that. 3 words that can define the education riddle. 3 words that I can tell you what this entire book is all about. And if you don't read, and most of us will not read most of the books being reviewed, are these 3 words. Educators make a difference. And if you see the logo of teachers as Superman, I'll talk about this book called Waiting for Superman. Teachers are the heroes. Today, the online classes have actually created transparency in education. That's my feeling, where, we did not know what was happening in the classrooms earlier. You go to a teacher and you had no idea what's happening. Today, the teacher is a guest in your house. And unfortunately, we are being very judgmental to our teachers, a generation who has not used technology, but they are the superheroes of our time. As much as Corona warriors, the doctors and nurses are, I strongly believe so are the teachers. Number 2, it's all about the questions, right? So imagine if your child comes home and the first thing we ask a child is, what did you answer? Kya answer kiya? Right? We are so curious if a child answered well. If we can just flip it and say, what did you ask at school today? what kind of questions you ask. Trust me, it is said, a research says that a child asks 400 questions a day, and the research says the girls ask more questions than boys. I don't know how many of you agree with it. Right? Do you agree? Girls talk more than men? Yeah, Nia sir, be careful, sir. Whatever answer is being recorded, and you have to answer at home, right, Anil sir? But yes, we know that the children ask a lot of questions for so. But the research says girls do ask a question. But what do? We tell them not now. No, it's no time. Sir Ken Robinson, who passed away last year, one of our amazing educators, said, children enter school as question mark and they exit school as a period, as a full stop. They were so creative. If I ask you to sing a song, okay, Ankit ma'am says, Neha sir, you speak more. So, sir, that's a compliment coming your way. And Anil sir, yes, the transition is wonderful. Please keep your comments coming. It's wonderful to know. But absolutely, even in Zoom, when we take a class, we mute all children and teachers like it's scared, right? Please encourage them, or probably have something called a question time. If you don't ask me 3 questions, I'll not move ahead. Something as a teacher can do. That's one part. The third word that defines Education Riddle is a simple word called read. The logo is of an amazing organization called Room to Read. Room to Read is a book by John Woods, who left Microsoft to start a library program. He's opened a lot of library in Afghanistan, in Nepal, across India and Bangladesh primarily. And I think I'm in love with the organization which will just create these opportunities for children to read. So that's a book. If you don't learn anything, and if you even go away now and you realize you're hungry, this is all that the education world offers. Education Riddle is 3 words that we're talking about. So I know Mark Twain says, oh, Room to Read is in Mumbai. I think, Ankit, the Room to Read is in India. Pratham is a very popular organization. In fact, when I was in Qatar at the WISE Award, the World Innovation Summit for Education, the owner of Pratham, the founder, I'm just not able to recall the name, he won an award for the work they do. So good work. All right, okay. Piyush, that's wonderful. Oh, wonderful. That's someone, if ever names dropping is wonderful, I think it's an achievement to meet John Wood. This is really powerful, Piyush, and it's headquartered in Delhi. So I learned something from you as well. Wonderful. Rukmani Banerjee, no, there is a male name. So let me just get that to it. Please Google and tell me, or else if you can, I'm learning. So let's move ahead. In today, I'll summarize the book, The Education Riddle. Hopefully, these are some of the points. I'll bring it up. And for the positive time, we'll condense it. And we'll probably, if you keep your conversations going, I'll be more than happy. We'll talk about what is unschooling, a relatively new concept, the triangle theory of education, 5 books every educator must read, or for that matter, every parent must read. 17 lessons, probably will not go to that, 17 lessons for an educator. And the last point, what are the pillars of a modern book? Oh yes, Anil sir, I will share the book as a PDF, as a gift, probably. So all of you can go through it, and definitely it will be wonderful to get your feedback on it. Again, how do I summarize the book? I've learned this in one of the authors session I came in. One of my favorite author is someone who's very popular, Yuval Harari. I'm sure you know about Yuval Harari. Yes, everybody is. I mean, if ever I have to do a review, I would do his book. He's a professor at the University in Jerusalem. He's written his first book. Oh, yes, sir. There you are. So I've got another fan of Yuval Harari. His latest book, 21 Lessons for 21st Century, or Dios, or Homo Sapien. When he came to Mumbai, like how you mentioned about Piyush, about John Wood, I stood 2 hours in a line just to hear him live. And Yuval Harari said every book must be summarized in 1 sentence. So I take it from him. Education Riddle, the only summary I can think of is change is possible. We can change. And you saw what COVID did. The learning did not stop. Schools stopped. Learning did not stop, right? In fact, malls have stopped. The shopping did not stop. Amazon still delivers in Mumbai at least. So learning does not stop, and change is possible. A more a more controversial summary of my book will be schools are outdated. Well, this was schools are closed, right? And I believe in the coming years, you will see a new hybrid model. Today, I had one of my best drama teacher from a very different city, and we could just accept her because we all were going online. If you are still looking at a brick and mortar, and I'm sorry if there are school owners out there, I'm one of them, it is an outdated thing. Again, we go back to the dinosaur reference. The dinosaur did not see the meteorite coming in, and they don't exist anymore. So must change your school. Today, Coursera and Udemy and Ronnie Screwwala's upgrade is changing the way schools learning. Learning is happening at higher learning. Elon Musk says that I don't hire college graduates. So we must do something different. You must go and challenge your schools and say, hold on, did you introduce entrepreneurship? Did you introduce SDG goals? Or are we still looking at the outdated curriculum and the syllabus that we are? So this is how do I back up my theory? I'll back up with a story. I'm sure you heard about this man, Rip Van Winkle. He slept, he slept for 20 years. In our story, we'll stretch it. So imagine a man who sleeps for, let's say, 200 years. And he wakes up and he goes to the same city you grew up in. And what does Rip Van Winkle see? He sees that people are looking at some strange lights. There are no more horse carts. There are cars that are zipping past. People are speaking on mobile phones. He does not relate to it. Everything, literally everything, from the dress, from the culture, from the food habits, the technology, the vehicles have changed. Rip Van Winkle thinks he's entitled. He's in a Thanos planet. He's everywhere else until he enters a school. And the moment he enters a school, it's all familiar. The same benches, the same blackboard, or maybe a little whiteboard. It's the same colossal era that he feels in. And that's the only thing that has not changed. I may be exaggerating, but honestly speaking, that is what we are doing in our schools. We are not willing to change. Today, online world has forced us to use technology. Most of you have lessons being put on Google Classrooms. You're using WebEx or you're using something else. And thank you so much for agreeing. Yes, I hope teachers and principals are not outdated, Ankit. Only the schools are outdated. We still are relevant to us. Let me ask you if you're outdated or not. Let me play a little quiz with you. How many of can you decode this Roman numerical? Right? Please tell me, what does it stand for? Let's do it together. Anyone wants to make an attempt? And don't worry, it's not an assessment, so it's okay to fail. MCM. Okay, let's do the last way. What are the last two? I don't know if the annotation is there. You all can annotate. It's okay. I'm a teacher. I'm used to my children spoiling my screen. What are the last two? 1 and 5. So this would be 4. All right, there you are. Let's go to the next 3. If you combine the 3, how much would that be?
10 into 10 or 10?
All right, 30. It's good. Someone's learned the numerals very well, the Roman numbers 30. Very well. 30. Okay, what does MCC stand for? What does C stand for? Think of Virat Kohli and you know what C stands for.
Century?
Century, yes, Anil sir. So C is 100, right? So an M would be?
Million.
Okay, a millennial. All right, yes, 1,000. So in all, if I were to decode this, 1,000, C is century, M again is 900. Honestly, I failed in my Roman numeral. Don't ask me how. You can Google it. If the answer is you add all of it, it's 1934. The other day I was speaking to my younger brother who is in Qatar, and his son was asking me that, Chachu, can you help me with the Roman numeral? And I was surprised. He's still learning this. Why is he learning? When is the last time you used Roman numerals in your current life, sir? When is the last time you used it? If you look around in your house, probably you'll see something like this. Birthday cards. I like it. I think someone's really young if you use the Roman numeral, because above 30, nobody uses Roman numerals to celebrate birthdays, isn't it? Or else the clock. Today, we are stuck in time is what the metaphor or analogy I can tell you. That's where we're using Roman numerals. We're still teaching. It's a part of a CBSE curriculum. I'm a proud CBSE student, by the way, right? It's a fashion statement. Absolutely. We are stuck in time. Oh, by the way, history. Students hate history. Trust me, I enjoy history. And I'll tell you a story where history is digging old graves, right? There is no point digging graves. There's an English proverb I've learned. I think we do that in history. I won't dwell into a lot of it, but we are teaching things. Biology, we still learn about petal and stigma and anthers and filament, the only time you're going to use this in your life is when you become a biology teacher. If you ever celebrate a Valentine's Day, Niyasa, this is not the lesson you need to learn. Go get a good bouquet, and please don't learn about the stigma and the anthers and the filament. You will not get a good date. Or probably, if I'm taking my wife out on a good date, probably this is not. We are still learning, and I'm not challenging the system. I'm asking, it's important. It's important to improve. Oh, by the way, I love languages. We Indians are polyglot, right? We know, at least we all know at least 3 to 4 good languages. Yet, how many of you hated learning a third language in school, or probably even a second language, because the way we were taught? CBSE Hindi, I moved from Kolkata to another school, and I learned Bengali in school. Then I learned Sanskrit in school. In Chennai, I picked up a little bit of Tamil. I can speak good Tamil, by the way. But why am I being forced to teach when a language, we don't pick up a Hindi novel? Why? Because we've never been taught in that encouraging way. We never had that. Imagine having drama and theater for any subject for that matter. All right, Sindhu ma'am says that in 9th we had the lesson, the fun they had. I agree perhaps. The only time we read Hindi is read Sochale when we go around, right? And I think I would be very proud if you can make this a part of school culture. Encourage them. Trust me, there's some brilliant books available in Hindi, in any language for them. In Marathi, there's some amazing movies. Please watch Mahesh Manjrekar's movie, or there's a movie of a blind child called Suhas in Marathi. I read subtitles. I just read Drishyam 2. I had to watch Drishyam 2 of Mohanlal. I don't understand Malayalam. But can we encourage language? The only time I really love Hindi was when Shah Rukh Khan and his son, when there was an Indian version of Lion King and they were doing the voiceover. What I'm asking is encourage a lateral thinking. Challenge yourself. What I also can tell you is by the end of the session, none of you will change school system, but I had a geology lesson in college, and the professor came and said, I'm going to teach you about rocks and stones. After this lesson, you'll never going to become a geologist, but I'm sure you're never going to look at the rock and stone the same way. This is what I can promise you in another 10 minutes as we wind up or as we finish. I promise you will not look at the schools the same way anymore. At least you will give a parallel thought. You will ask your children, why are we learning algebra, which is very important, by the way. Trust me, I'm an engineer, but the why is good. Anil sir, I think hats off to you. You're running all of this. I think you must take it down to the children and schools, because that's where we need this entire program. So anyway, this was an initiative I was part of called the Hub Schooling, where we said, can we make these changes across boards in education system, which is what schooling is all about. Trust me, books has been something that I have grown up with. I remember growing up when my mother would take me to a secondhand bookstore, and she will go shopping and I'll be there hours together just reading, and I'll say, wow, so much of treasure. And I think I develop a love for reading that way. And today we need to just encourage this. Something I will do is the books that I've mentioned in the Education Riddle, and I'll share a case study of something amazing which actually blew my mind off. These are only a few of the books that have inspired the Education Riddle. One of them is my favorite book, the middle one, called Why Are School Buses Always Yellow? It's a beautiful book by John Barrell, who's gone to Antarctica. He's done research. So I'm asking the same question to you. Why are school buses yellow? Go ahead, make an attempt, and we'll see how creative you are. My kids have given me some amazing answers, trust me. So I want you all to tell me these. Anyone, give me 3 answers at least.
Yellow is a bright color that gives a lot of hope and energy.
All right, that's lovely. I think, thank you so much. It's wonderful what you just mentioned. Yellow is bright, it's energetic. Yes. Geeta ma'am was raising. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is more visible than red color. This
Okay,
yellow color. Yellow color becomes more visible.
Lakshmi ma'am,
yeah, it is a yellow color means the friendship. I feel it's
friendship. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay, I can read some of the comments there.
And one thing more.
Kali
one thing more,
Pili in
can I-
Mumbai, yes. If all those from Mumbai, you know, I'm talking
Can
about
I
the taxi.
say one more point?
Sorry,
Yellow
go ahead.
color, Dawood, yellow color. In as per the science itself, that is the thing which can be spotted by any time, easily spotted by any eyes.
So,
That is
Soma,
why
sir, you're going to change the Ferrari background to yellow now in the next session, right?
now all my presentations are yellow now. Actually.
Right. Okay, I love the answers, but you know, this is it opens conversation. You don't have to have the right answers. This is what we call open case questions, or HOTS, high order thinking skills, right? Okay, Anil sir says taxis are not that friendly in Chennai. Sir, many cities, I read Chennai only, sir. I love everything about Chennai except the auto. When you sit in the auto, you get a real bumpy ride. But I think this is just an experience I'm sharing with some amazing people also, and not being stereotypical and you know, but I'll tell you an answer I got. This is how children think. This, you know, one of my 7-year-olds said, when I asked this question to them, I said, yellow is the color of the sun. We go to school in the morning, sun comes in the morning, end of the answer. And like, if that is an authoritarian answer, he will become a good politician. But I love the way things come out. Questions are the answers. Another book is called Questions Are the Answers, but that's what we do. Just quickly running through a lot of books that I you know, a part of ER is a book called The Promise of a Pencil. This is another book by Adam Brown. His one visit to India and Bangladesh, where he asked a child, what do you want? And he said the child might ask a laptop or money. And this little girl said, I want a pencil. Again, he went on an entire philanthropic drive. He's some amazing work in the School of Education. And this is one book that I've been very impressed with. Another book, which is more interesting as a documentary, and if anybody is in education, you can recommend this to them, called Waiting for Superman. It's a beautiful take on American education system. I think The Inconvenient Truth was Al Gore's movie, which actually won a Nobel Prize in the category of environmental sciences. Waiting for Superman is another wonderful movie. Very beautiful documentary. And for that matter, the presentation I've shared with Anil sir, you can always look at it, take a screenshot, but this is what we're doing. Last thing today, as we close our session probably and then take it forward, is this idea of a camel library. You know, it's all about books. There is a section in Education Riddle where I speak about this lovely African village where people don't have access to libraries, where the schools are not there. So somebody said, all right, we are living in a desert. Camel is the ship of the desert. Why not I load books onto a camel and I take them all across? It started from Ethiopia. It reached to Somalia. It's now such a popular concept in entire African region. You can see Caravan of the Book, the Kenya's mobile camel library. Oh, the kids, if you go online and look at them, children are waiting for the library. You know, there is a proverb in Arabic. It says, if Muhammad doesn't go to the, if mountain doesn't go to the Muhammad goes to mountain. Something of that sort. You know, if the children can't have library, bring the library to them. And I was so amazed with this library on camel, where, and there was an interview of the camel owner who said, what do you want? And you know, somebody said he might ask for money, he might ask for a book library or a book building or a building. He said, I just need more camels because there are too many books request and I don't have enough camels. So that's interesting. You know, it was something, a good trivia to share with. And on the trivia part, here is a small psychometric test for all of you. Keep your chats on, do not think too much, and quickly answer the question as they come in. The most romantic flower in the world, the most beautiful romantic flower in the world, quickly use your chat and write it down. Tell me who you are. Absolutely. Don't think too much and quickly write down. All right, Jasmine, Rose, wonderful. I'll quickly look at 3 or 4 answers and I'll move ahead. What's your favorite color? Any color, quickly. Red. All right, interesting. Red. Nice. Red, pink, black, blue. Okay, I'm colorblind, so don't even ask me. What's the most common furniture in the house? Think of anything. So you're sitting on anything. Okay, all right. Wonderful. Go ahead, Major. They've got a Major here. Wonderful. Deepak. Okay, recliner. Nyasa is doing some amazing work, right? Quick number between 1 and 4.
Lion. I have to answer everything.
Okay, I got them. I got the answers. It's 2, 3. All right. And Anil says the lion in the zoo. Any wild animal anyone wants to add? Okay, all right. Quickly, just a wild animal out there. Okay, sir. Okay, there is a tiger out there. Absolutely wonderful. Great, great. This is a very common predictability test that teachers go through. What I mean by predictability test, if you had any 3 answers of the 5, any of these, you are very, very predictable. Trust me, your children will make you gullible. You are vulnerable in the world of technology. You know, they will put up a photo how we had. I don't know if you have seen the meme where Jethalal's photo is there and there's a child out there. There's some amazing thing. If you said, Anil sir, you were absolutely unpredictable. I really, oh, predictably irrational. There's a book, lovely. There you are, sir. You are an authority. Another book I can recommend is Nassim Taleb's Black Swan. Another beautiful book that you're talking about. These are, you know, Black Swan, a rare occurrence. It's a lovely, it's a dry book, but it's a lovely book. Somebody can review that. So if you got 3 out of 5, do it with your kids, do it with your spouses. Let's improve ourselves. And the only way you improve, there are 3 ways you really learn in life. And I will end my session with this. No, Talib is not for kids. Absolutely. Talib is not for grown-ups also. It's so difficult. The only way you learn is if you're predictable, reading changes your predictability. You become absolutely versatile when you read. Number 2, you travel. And you know, amazingly, today you can't travel. Number 3 is experience. When you meet people, you can't meet people in physical, but you are actually meeting more people online. So these are the 3 ways people learn. If we can encourage cultivate the habit of reading, trust me, we will be less predictable. And I could see, Anil sir, your answers are very different from the rest of it. But you know, we all can be lions, but when we go to spouses, there's a different area, right? We all become cats. We'll talk about you know, relationships in the next, perhaps some other time. We can review one of those amazing books of you know, relationships. But on that note, thank you so much. I hope I've not exceeded time. I don't want to run through a few things, but I want to end with my favorite author, George Martin. If you've read, if you know Game of Thrones, well, I am a Lannister. Sleep is good, but books are better. Trust me, books are better any day. And if a book keeps you awake, you are in good company. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful sharing. And I think I enjoyed so much and I learned so much from your chats. Thank you for the responses. Anil sir, can't thank you enough for allowing me this platform. Grateful. A lot of glove and gratitude.
So good.
Wow, Dawood, that was a fantastic one. Give him a big round of applause. And the people who want to be a presenter, learn from this man. There are many things that you got to learn from him. The kind of an energy, the kind of a smiling face he had throughout his presentation that really made him handsome. In the complete screen, he was the most handsome person because of the smile that he had put over there and the kind of an energy. Amazingly done.
And Niyas, to think that he was a little doubtful that he's going to present his own book and not others. He had the doubt earlier. So hats off to you, sir. That was a very good message. And I could relate to you because
I would say that one. Even the PPT slides which he used, it was not a conventional PPT slides. That is something that is so striking. And that PPT content that he used, the whole Avengers and smiling faces and the Superman figure over the kind of an energy that you had, and you were calling up people and you were getting engaged. I mean, you were making people engaged and you did not let anyone to sleep over here. That was truly fantastic. And something which I really liked in your presentation was a guru or a teacher is not the person who makes the student informative rather than making a student inquisitive to learn more and to make a student hungry for more. Amazingly done, Dawood. And there is nothing much you can do more than this. That's a super presentation. I'm sure that there will be many who want to share.
Who wants to talk? Yes. Now we can call Shamla. I can see a Shamla here.
I believe we have many teachers over here.
Let's hear Venkat sir. Venkat sir is there as well.
Venkat sir, he is it. Yes, Venkat sir.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I joined a bit late, but nevertheless, I was lucky to see Mr. Dawood's presentation, and it was absolutely fabulous. From whatever I could gather about books and reading, I think he has rekindle the spirit of reading books in everyone. And I think he did it in his inimitable style. I was a voracious reader myself in childhood, but somewhere after I joined the armed forces, and then I later got into the industry, and then I started teaching, I think I lost the art of reading books, and I'm always feeling guilty for it. And then after that, the mobile has come and taken us by storm, and we start, keep flipping from one app to another. We have really lost the art of good reading, and I'm really grateful to Mr. Dawood to have rekindled the spirit in me. I assure you that from tomorrow I'm going to catch on to a book and start reading it. Believe me, that's the kind of inspiration he has delivered. Thanks a lot, Mr. Dawood. It was a very inspiring talk. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Everyone must have thought, at least if they had a teacher like a Dawood during their school days. Because the geology teacher which mentioned over there, I mean, you're going to learn about the stones and structures, but the way that you are going to look at the stones and structures from here on would be different. That kind of inspiration that we all need. Yes, I would like to have a few new faces over here to share their ideas. Please come up over here. It's a platform where you can share your ideas and your thoughts. If you have something which goes along with what we had just had over here, please share your views over here, guys.
Can I share a few?
Major sir? Yes, Soma sir.
Yeah, good evening. That is a power-packed speech, I should say. I'm lost for words because I thought he's an English teacher, but Dawood has said he's quoting from so many different subject teachers: geology, biology, history, mathematics, whatnot. And he said he is a student of engineering. I wonder what did he go to? He said he is from Andaman Nicobar. That the prime reason for his prodigal, that is lot of different books. The book that he quoted, that itself will become a separate speech by itself. The way you've been able to articulate your own thoughts, and you've been able to assimilate the thoughts of great speakers and then present it before the audience. It speaks volumes of the way that you've been able to have the love of books, and each book that you said are all classics, whether be it Yuval Noah Harari or J.K. Rowling or Thali, different genres for different ages of people, but you've been able to summarize all these books. And what I particularly like this, you're summarizing the book in just 3 words. Change is possible. Change is possible. I really love the way you said you need not have to worry about reading the book. In 3 words, I'll be summarizing the book. I'm so happy that you've been able to give such a powerful session to this. I would like to conclude by saying 17 words which particularly caught the attention of a great guy called Thomas Carlyle. He said, 17 words have captured my attention, and it has been able to engage me for quite some time. He said he attributed those 17 words to the person who wrote Treasure Island, Robert Louis Stevenson. He says, never judge a day by the harvest that you reap, but by the words, but by the seeds that you sow. 17 particular words. Never judge a day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you sow. Today, Dawood Vaid has sown prominent, very, very powerful seeds in all our minds. It will slowly germinate, and as you're able to irrigate our minds with good thoughts, it will soon become great reads. And before I would conclude, my kudos to Roli also. She was on a roller coaster ride with all synonyms of that is the book of Louise L Hay, Healy Life, and she was able to capture the sum and substance of the book in just a matter of just 25 minutes. And whatever she said, so much I was able to capture in just 5 minutes. And nobody can capture the way Dawood Vaid had said. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Major Saab. I believe even in our school, all our school life, we were taught to give the answer, but we never were asked to, we were never taught to ask real questions. Even the school after, undergraduation, after post graduation, even after the first job, only people are asking an important question that they need to ask themselves: that who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Most of the people are asking after their post graduation, after their first job, second job, third job, almost they are getting into the retirement. They are asking, is this what I really wanted to do in their life? But Dawood bhai, you really done a fantastic job over here. I mean, I'm sure that Anil Thomas sir, we need to take Dawood sir into our young empowerment talk as well, where people need to learn many things from him. What we missed during our school days and college days, that our children should not be missed. Yes, guys, the screen is open for another 1 more minute, and after that, it's a time for us to close because 6:34 Dubai time. Can we have? Yep.
Can I go ahead?
Soma
Yep.
sir, he was going to speak before Major sir. Yes.
Let the young person speak. I have already spoken. Ankit, speak.
Yes.
No,
Okay, Ankit.
आप बोलिए, I'll press it later.
No, I just, he was so tempting, he's a little bit of my voice style, Dawood, the power, passion with which, the way he started itself, if you don't like to read, you have not found the right book. Actually, that should ring in the minds of everybody. If anybody is thinking, then I don't find time, there is an excuse and all that, which means you have not found a good book, or you have not found a good friend, mean you have not found a good friend, you are not got a food person. Like that, all the code. And he ended with this: sleep is good, books are better. I use books to sleep. That's another aspect. For if I don't get sleep, I read and I sleep. And that's why ending. And he brought in his ability and talent, like the qualification itself. He has already communicated, he has done that electronics and communication. Then he branched into education and he had done the psychology and he's working in those areas. So he brought all the talent, he has polished and nourished, and he has taught all of us, hey guys, look here guys, this is the way you have to bring and come with a book review. And he did not review one book. I think he spoke about around, in my mind, a pencil is there, that why the bus is in the yellow, all those books are in my mind. Feel like catching it, fetching it and buying it and reading. That is the spirit of it. Plus, he communicated as a communicator how the way the children are suffering, how parenting is damaging their inquisitiveness, how the questions are being submerged, we never ask questions and all those things in this shortest time. Plus, he has given a KISS program to even to understand that Anil is a very judgeable person, predictable person. What is the remedy for him? You continue reading, you ask better question, you're traveling more, then you will be able, your vocabulary will be better, your relationship will be better. In short, he's telling that books and reading is a prima facie solution for your growth or for your change, for your challenge, for you to grow to the next world and embrace the world so holistically and improve your lifestyle and come up in life. And amazing Dawood, Vaid.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're a gift.
Thank you so much for the comments. Now, Ankit.
Why, finally my chance. Good evening, all. Wonderful people. So, Dawood bhai, basically, you took the entire session like a teacher would, rekindle the interest for anyone who's attending a class, right? From the first bencher to the last bencher, anybody who is there, he should understand why he's there, and you try to inculcate that inquisitiveness in every one of us, even through Roman numbers or through questions or the interactive answer sessions that you had. You touched upon very little on your book, I suppose. You touched upon the entire periphery around the globe, but you touched upon very little on your own book. So that's how you have actually, put it across. That here, this is my presentation. I've taken you on a good tour around the world and around the book. Now go ahead and read this book. So wonderfully done. We should really learn to know the presentation skills that you have. So that's really awesome. I would also want to add that, you need not experience everything in life.
You can come on the camera. Please come on the camera, please.
I'm in a very just a second. So that's there, and yeah, can you see me now? You see me now?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So I'm not that as young, but yeah, my answers were pretty on both sides. And so you need not experience everything in life to learn, but books are the ones who fill in those experiences, and you can add more experience to life by reading books rather than experiencing it firsthand. So it saves you a lot of time and efforts, I would say. That was on this. And Roli, you did Louise J. I don't think can be really completed in 20 minutes, but you did justice without the presentation and the hiccups. But yeah, wonderful session. Thanks to Anil and entire team and us and everyone who's putting this through all throughout. Zoombi or no Zoombi, I guess we are adding value. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit. Thanks a lot for you as well for being a regular participant over here on this platform. Yes, guys, it's not about what you say; it's about how you feel, how you make people feel. That's what Dawood portrayed to us, and the Roli did. Amazing presentation from the two amazing people and two amazing books that we had over here. With this, I would like to hear from Dawood and Roli. How has been their experience on this e-Bookery platform?
It's always good to be here, and it's a wonderful experience because we meet wonderful people here. We interact with them, and we get to listen wonderful book reviews. So every time I listen to a book review, I give it a thought whether I should pick this one or I should not pick this one. So it's a good idea how to go forward with books. So I really love being here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Roli ma'am. This e-Bookery, as we mentioned in the initial phase of it, this is to encourage people to read. Now, this during a pandemic, it is not just people started reading or people started putting that habit back. People started writing as well. If you heard of the latest Abu Dhabi book fair that was happened, the footfall over there was very less, and the online engagement was also very less, but the number of the books were really huge. People who did not write all the while, they started writing during this pandemic, not about just reading. That is also one of our prime focus, that to encourage people to write more. Yes, Dawood sir, it's your turn, please.
No, sir, I think very, I think flattery makes my day, and you already made for a whole month of all the comments and the lovely feedbacks you gave me. But honestly, if we can encourage the generation, I always believe it's the children are the future. If you can encourage them to read, it's an amazing work that all of you are doing together. It's hats off to you, Niyas sir, Anil sir, and the entire team at e-Bookery. It was sheer coincidence that I got in touch with Anil sir, and it's taken this wonderful shape. So I'm so glad that you love the entire journey of education. And I think schools and journey of schools and education is close to heart because all of us have been through that. And hopefully, if you can do nothing but make child read, we have done an amazing thing for his future. Again, my co-speaker Roli ma'am, the book she chose shows the depth of perception, the depth of level. Louise Hay's book has changed many a life. So today we had two very beautiful concepts. Emotional content and reading, if they add together, probably it's wonderful. And thank you so much, Major sir, Anil sir, Ankit, I think I relate to him. So all of you have been so kind and gracious with your words. And thank you. I'm already full. I don't think I'll have my dinner tonight. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. It's a time for us to say goodbye. As every time I say, it's our shared responsibility to take this session into the next level. We need everyone's support over here. Please encourage your friends and family, whoever it is, who do you think that would like such kind of an activities. Ask them to come and take a part in our session as a participant. They can feel, they can really, wherever they are, they don't want to put their camera on, they don't want to talk over there, they just want to listen to this. And once they feel comfortable, they can move in and they can start talking and they can come on a camera. So please encourage people to take part in this. So thanks a lot once again for making another wonderful session. Special thanks goes to Dawood Sahab and Roli ma'am. Take care. We all meet
Thank you.
next